So I stopped drinking Rockstars. They just weren't doing it for me. Oops. I'm on the big ass cup game now. We're done with Rockstars just because big ass cups are trending. So that's what we're gonna do. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. What we're here to talk about today is how you use a timing light on a Subaru and why you might need to do such a thing. Typically, you don't actually need to check your base timing on a Subaru because the way that the trigger setup is in the factory computer, the base timing is pretty well set. It's not going to deviate. It's actually got some logic built in to help adjust it for the cam change and the variable cam timing. But when you're not running variable cam timing and you have a standalone engine management, you may need to check your base timing with a timing light. And that can be a little bit tricky on a car like this because we don't have a traditional spark plug wire. Your timing light, normally this little guy here, goes over a plug wire, and when it goes over the plug wire, you put it on cylinder 1, and then you look at the little guys there to line up your timing light with the marks on the pulley and get an actual TDC flash and set your base timing. So, well, we can't really do that so well because of this coil-on-plug setup that the car has. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how you use a timing light on a car like this. So we're gonna go ahead and take the coil pack off of cylinder 1. See if I can do this one-handed because I forgot my tripod. Well, I broke my tripod, but I forgot my GoPro today. So I'm on the old cell phone. Anyway, let's get that started. Get down in here. Now she's good and hot because it's been running a little bit. Just getting this brand new Haltech R3 engine management dialed in on the car. So we're going to pull the coil pack out. In fact, we're going to take the coil pack all the way off of its connector. Those brand new connectors. I love it. Come on. One-handed. So I've got the coil pack off. These are Sultans of Spark. I actually like these coils as far as aftermarket coils go. They're cheaper than stock and they seem to work better just slightly. I wouldn't say they're a tremendous upgrade like they like to advertise, but they do actually seem to work a little bit better. So let's come over here and I'm going to show you what we have going on with this. So we have the coil, we have the boot, and inside there is a little spring that basically builds the coil pack. So if I pop this, actually I'm not going to do it on this one because I think those are retained. I have my drawer of goodies here. Alright, so I've got a coil here and I have a boot here, and inside the boot is this little spring, and this spring actually comes out like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this coil, I'm going to put the spring in the coil, and I'm going to take what I actually have in my kit here. This is a spark plug wire, and this is from a Dodge Neon, I believe, but you could use anything that has this style on that end and a long skinny one on that end. And you're basically just going to take that guy and do that. And now we have a coil pack with a wire instead of the factory boot. So now we'll just put this down here. We're going to find the end of the plug inside there and just get that on it. All right, we're in, and we'll go ahead and plug this in. Now, on cylinder 1, we have a spark plug wire instead of the coil pack. See? Pretty trick. Now we can go ahead and just get our timing light little adapters. Oops, grabbed too many. We can take the little adapter Don't ever drop this end. There's a magnet in there, and if you break that, it's not going to work so good. And it's got a little arrow that says point to the plug that way. So now we have our timing light there, and we're just going to hook up the other end to the light, and I'll show you what we do next. Now this car is running a 16 volt total loss system, no alternator. So I don't want to run 16 volts to my light, so I just have a jump box 12 volts. The next thing we need to do, this is a Haltech Nexus R3, similar to an Elite 2500, 1500, 2000, whatever. but we need to lock the ignition timing. So basically we need to say lock mode always on, and different ECUs are going to do this in a different way, but the Haltech, that's how it does it. So now we're going to be locked at 10 degrees of ignition timing. You could lock at 0, but the cars don't love to run at 0 so well. So here we go. We're going to turn this thing on, fire it up. Make sure we're neutral here. I have a mechanical fuel pump on this car, so it takes a second to get going. There you go. But basically I'm just checking to see if we're close to TDC on the car, and it is, it's probably within a degree, so I'm going to go ahead and add that degree in. It's a little bit tricky on these. It was kind of hard to show because it doesn't, like, the strobe of the light doesn't really correlate with the refresh. So in here we have TDC angle, we'll do 399, so that's our degree. I'm gonna come back out and check it. It's so loud. Oh, my light turned off. But anyway. Anyway, that's the process. So you basically just check the TDC. Unfortunately, you can't see the marks on that. But here's the 0 mark. And on this pulley, there's a mark that says TDC. And so we just line up the TDC mark with this 0 mark here. And that's what you're doing when you're syncing the timing. So the big key takeaway from this quick little video is this is how you're going to be able to get your tack pickup for your timing light off of a coil-on-plug Subaru. You just got to build your own spark plug wire. This one, like I said, it's from a Dodge Neon. It works really awesome for this. For whatever reason, you could use a spark plug wire from pretty much anything, but that's the one that I always use, and it's been... So there's that setup again, and like I'd said, make sure that the spring is in there, right there, that little guy. Otherwise, your spark isn't going to travel so well. I'm just going to go ahead and leave this in my timing box. I don't know why I've not just left a coil pack in here forever. I always have to go to the drawer, but maybe it won't fit, but maybe it will. So let's put this one back on and let's get to tuning this thing. One more quick little thing that you sometimes can do. Some cars that have basically an ignited coil-on-plug, the GTRs are like this, some other ones, not the new GTRs, the old GTRs are like this, that have basically 2 wires to the coil pack. Sometimes you can actually just clip this over the wires themselves and get enough induction to fire up the timing light. Sometimes if you just take the little pad at the end, and these are all heat shrink, so I can't really do it, but if you just clip it like that right on it, if it's just the signal wire, sometimes that works as well on coil-on-plug setups. But it usually only works if it's a 2-wire coil, not if it's these 3-wire or 4-wire coils. So yeah, it doesn't work on Subarus so well. I have had it work, but it's not very reliable.
Hey, if you learn anything from these videos, please hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you can see when more videos come out. I try to help the community and people just understand how these cars work, because the more you understand when you take your car to your tuner, the better the quality of your tune is going to be, and the faster you're going to go and the less problems you're going to have. So thanks for watching, and again, please hit that subscribe and the thumbs up and the bell and all of those fancy things. Share the video, you know, all those things. I know this video is probably not the most entertaining, but this is information that's sometimes kind of hard to find. So again, thanks for watching.